GOAT Parlay King Sports post fight reaction to the Boots Ennis versus David Avanesian. I'm gonna say it was a stellar performance from Boots. He did what he's supposed to do, but as far as the performance, I mean, you can tell from round one he was trying to get dude up out of there. All right, he was trying his best. All right, he said he was gonna wait till the knockout come, and then he was gonna take it. He said he wasn't gonna look for the knockout, which I defer. You was looking for the knockout. That's why you was getting caught with all types of shit last night. And it's crazy, right? Like a guy that ain't never been in the ring with anything real, sitting here talking about he want Terrence Crawford and shit. Like it's I just be laughing, man. This shit is comical as fuck, man. Cause I'm like, how you gonna go from that's like a baby trying to go from crawling straight to running and shit. Like that's what Boo's trying to do. He's trying to go from crawling straight to running. He ain't even walking. He crawling, then he running. And I'm like, right, you ain't been in the ring with nobody real. Nobody real. I don't care if you fought two opponents that Terrence Crawford fought. Okay, so what? Like, they stopped that shit last night. You didn't stop motherfucking David Avanesian. The motherfucking doctors didn't stop that shit, man. The doctors stopped that shit. And it was looking like that they ain't even want the fight to go past 5 rounds. Like they ain't want the fight to go past 5 rounds. They just stopped that shit. Like dude was still there. David Avanesian, this motherfucker, him and his team, they tapped out last night. Like they straight up tapped out last night. But Ennis, I'ma stick what I've been saying all along, and I'm gonna keep standing on it. Boots get his motherfucking ass whooped by Terrence Crawford. Like at the end of the day, like man, Crawford is going if he do get that opportunity, which I don't think he gonna get that opportunity because you ain't put in enough work. You ain't put in enough work. You ain't been in the ring with nothing motherfucking real to sit up here and say, "Oh, I can fight. I can beat Terrence Crawford." I think you just using Terrence Crawford for a name. All right, real talk. You just using that shit for a name because don't nobody really know who you is for real. People just now getting hip to you. The real true hardcore boxing fans, they know who you is. But the casual, the average person walking down the street, they don't know who the fuck Boots Ennis is. So I understand why you're using Crawford name, but you can't beat no motherfucking Crawford though. You can't beat Crawford, man. What I saw last night, nah, you can't beat no damn Crawford, man. Like David Avanesian was getting hella shit off on you. Like you withstood it all, but he was getting hella shit off on you. And I'm like, man, what if that was Terrence Crawford? Right? You wouldn't be standing. You going down. Like I just don't understand. Like he need to put in some work, man. You go fight Connor Bean. You know what I'm saying? Go stop Connor Bean. You know what I'm saying? A young prospect. He young just like you, hungry, ready for some work. You know what I'm saying? Go fight him. Let me see if you can stop Connor Bean. You know what I'm saying? That's one work right there. And it's plenty more work at 147 that he can fight. But I'm just saying, as far as the name, man, go fight Conor being next. You know what I'm saying? That fight will tell me everything I need to know because Conor being can crack. He can crack. He can move around the ring. He ain't just coming straight forward. He can move around the ring. He a nice boxer, but he young just like you, and that'd be a great fight, a great fight. Just to see, you know, can Boots handle some shit real in the ring? Because David, I know he was the last opponent of Terrence Crawford, and they want to see how he would do. You know, as far as that test, yeah, he passed that test. Though he beat a former opponent from Terrence Crawford, but that's not showing me that he can beat Terrence Crawford. Just because you beat a former opponent of Terrence Crawford, don't mean you can beat Terrence Crawford or you ready for Terrence Crawford. And it don't mean nothing. Like I said, I need to see you in there. Get in the ring with Connor Ben. Yeah, get in the ring with Connor Ben next. That'll be the fight that'll show me everything I need to know. You know, like I said, Connor Ben young just like you. He young and hungry just like you. And I would love to see that fight. That fight need to be next. They need to make that fight next. Like that gotta be a must right there. People want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see that. Instead of him sitting here saying, I want Terrence Crawford. I want Terrence Crawford. Like, bro, like I just be shaking my head every time you say you want Terrence Crawford. Like, man, I just be shaking my head. Like, man, you know, you want this ass whooping so bad and shit. Like, man, you keep calling for this ass whooping. Every time you call and say you want Terrence Crawford, that's just saying I want my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. You want an ass whooping, man. And I'm all for it. If Terrence Crawford all for it, I'm all for it. I'm all for it and shit. Had you looking like motherfucking Errol Spence, you know, go ask Errol Spence how it was when you know what I'm saying, getting in the ring with Terrence Crawford. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? How you looking just like motherfucking Errol Spence. And then you know what the fucked up thing about it is? After if he ever got the opportunity to fight Terrence Crawford and Terrence Crawford destroy him, then they gonna be like, oh, Boots Ennis, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for no Terrence Crawford and shit. You goddamn right he ain't motherfucking ready. It's the same thing with Israel Miramov. He ain't motherfucking ready. You can't sit up here and tell me a guy that only got 10 fights. 10 fights. You gonna tell me a guy that got 10 fights can beat Terrence Crawford? I don't care what weight class we talking about. Right. Need 10 fights? No, if it's heavyweight, then I can totally understand that. Like Crawford ain't going up to heavyweight or light heavyweight. Nothing like that. But 150, 154, 160, 168, if you only got 10 fights, man, you ain't beat no damn Terrence Crawford, man. Like, dude ain't beat no Crawford. Like, he ain't beat no Crawford. And see the difference between Crawford and everybody else? I'm gonna tell you the difference. The difference is Terrence Crawford getting stoppages. Like he going out there stopping this man. That's the difference between Crawford and everybody else. Everybody else going 12 rounds. They going to the scorecards. Terrence Crawford ain't going to the scorecards. It ain't going 12. You get knocked out. You get knocked out, you're gonna get stopped. See, that's the big difference between Crawford and everybody else. That's why he on the pound for pound list. They ain't got no damn boots in this on pound for pound list. Israel Miramov ain't on the pound for pound list. Terrence Crawford is number 2 on pound for pound, right behind Usyk. Because you got to give respect to Usyk. Heavyweight, undisputed, reign over every motherfucking weight class. I don't care what weight class you in. If you the heavyweight champion and you undisputed, you is number 1 on my pound for pound list. So Usyk is number 1, unanimous number 1. Even Terrence Crawford will tell you Usyk number 1. And it ain't no disrespect to Terrence Crawford. Number 2 pound for pound, that's respect right there. That's hella respect. Out of all these boxers in the world, you number 2 pound for pound. That's hella respect, man. That's hella respect. And that's the difference between Crawford and everybody else. We talking about pound for pound shit over here. Everybody else, it's question marks against them. It's question marks against Boots. We don't know if he can handle something real. You ain't saying that about Terrence Crawford. You already know Terrence Crawford can handle something real. With Terrence Crawford, we talking about legacy status. Like he fighting for legacy. He ain't fighting for he fighting for money too, but legacy is on his mind. So that's why I'm saying I don't understand why people keep saying Boots versus Crawford. And I'm like, man, Boots ain't done shit to get a motherfucking fight with Terrence Crawford. He ain't done nothing. Like I said, go fight Connor Ben. He undefeated, young, just like you, and he gonna bring that work. He gonna bring that shit. So it's plenty of work out there for you. Just stop calling Terrence Crawford out, man. Like you ain't ready for Crawford, man. You ain't ready for Crawford. You ain't been in the ring with nothing close to no damn Terrence Crawford. The only thing you've been in the ring with was two opponents that Terrence Crawford stopped. That's it. That's the only thing you got in common. You fought two opponents that Terrence Crawford fought, and he stopped them. So what? Your performance last night, that performance last night, ain't beat no damn Terrence Crawford. That's not beat. That's not beat no Terrence. That's not beat no Terrence Crawford. Same thing with Shakur Stevenson versus Artem. That performance that he put out against Artem, that's not beating Tank. That's not beating Tank. You got to take risks if you're gonna beat Tank. You got to take risks. You got to be able to put that shit on the line. And Stevenson ain't trying to put it on the line. So against Tank, he gonna be on the back foot all motherfucking night, man. Stevenson gonna be on the back foot. He ain't gonna come forward. As soon as he feel that power, he gonna be on the back foot all motherfucking night long and shit. He gonna fight scared, and that'll get him knocked out. At first, I was thinking like, oh, I couldn't see Tank knocking him out. Then after seeing his performance against Artem, I'm like, oh yeah, I could see Tank knocking him straight, smooth the fuck out. I could see him knocking him straight out. All right. I think that fight, if Tank and Stevenson fought, I think that fight would probably only go about 8, 9 rounds. 8, 9 rounds. I think Tank I have Shakur up out of there in about 8, 9 rounds. But for Tank being the face of boxing, Tank ain't the face of boxing. If you talking about pay-per-view sales, then you know what I'm saying. If we talk about pay-per-view sales, when we talk about the face of boxing, then I get Tank that. I get Tank the face of pay-per-view sales because he do sell. He do sell. When he come out, people pull up. You know what I'm saying? But no, the face of boxing is whoever sell out the most money, pay-per-views. You know, the venue sold out every time they fight, all that. Like that's the face of boxing right there. So if we gonna sit up here and say the face of boxing, it hurts me to say it, but it's the real is Canelo. Even though I don't even like Canelo. Like I lost all respect for Canelo when he started ducking David Benavidez. I lost all respect for him for that shit. I'm like, man, how the fuck is you a champion? How you a champion in your weight class, and then you got a guy sitting right over here saying he wants all the smoke. He undefeated. He young. He did everything that he could to get the fight, and you still won't fight him. So I don't respect that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect it at all. And, it'd be different if you didn't have the belts. And then, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, no, if I had the belts, I would fight him. But you got all the belts up there at 68, and you still won't fight him. You paying fighters to step aside, but you won't fight Benavidez. So I ain't got no respect for Canelo. Just by ducking Benavidez, you don't get no respect, man. I don't respect that shit, bro. You moving around like a coward. Canelo moving around like a straight up coward and shit. He acting like a coward with them belts, man. He got all the belts at 168, but he's scared to fight Benavidez, man. You just a straight up coward. You a straight up coward, man. You supposed to be a champion. You supposed to want to fight all contenders. You know what I'm saying? All contenders, and you can't sit up there and say Benavidez ain't no name. That's a big name. That'll do major numbers at pay per view. And Canelo don't want to step up to the plate because he know he'll get his he know he know he'll get his motherfucking head knocked in the dirt. That's why he won't take that fight. He know what it is. Canelo know what it is, man. He know he'll lose that fight. He'll lose that fight. He know Benavidez big, young, hungry, thirsty. Can't wait to get Canelo in the ring and shit. And Canelo know that shit, and he running from that work. So I don't respect it at all. So every time Canelo fight, I stream his motherfucking fights. I don't pay for none of his fights. All right, I don't pay for none of his shit. Just by you want to duck Benavidez, I'm gonna stream all your shit. You know, I'm gonna give my money to the boxers that put it on the line, like you see. You know what I'm saying? Like Terrence Crawford. You know, even Tank. You know what I'm saying? Even Tank putting it on the line and shit. You know, I save my money for fighters like them. Tank, Terrence Crawford, Juicy. Yeah, when they come on the scene, I got all the money that they looking for. I got you. I got you and shit. Sign me up. Every time they come out, I'm buying that shit. Cause I know what I'm gonna get. All these other motherfuckers, they want you to buy their pay-per-views and for you to go to sleep. Stevenson sitting up here putting people to sleep in his performances and shit. And it's crazy, man, that if somebody says something about your performance in a boxing ring, you want to come out and attack people, character, attack people personally, and all that shit, man. That's why this new generation soft. You know, like, you soft and you sensitive. If you can't accept criticism from a stranger, right? People sit up here and watch your fight, and then they give an honest opinion about your fight, and you want to sit up here and you want to attack people personally. You know, you want to attack people personally. You want to call people all types of crazy names and all that shit. Like it's crazy, man. Like that just lets me know off the rip that you a soft, sensitive, insecure motherfucker. If you can't accept criticism from people that buy, well, you ain't even been pay per view. That from people that's watching your fights, you sit up here and attacking them. That's unheard of, man. Like instead of you sitting back hearing what people saying and be like, okay, I'm gonna correct this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna correct everything. You know, and I'm tired of people saying, you know, my fight's boring. I'm gonna start giving people what they looking for. Instead of you saying that, you want to go on a rant like a 12-year-old kid. You want to go on a rant all on X, calling people out and saying all this craziness about people just because we critiquing on what we seeing in your fights. You want to call people out and say, you know, call people out and say crazy things about people and all that shit, man. Like that just lets me know you just immature. You very immature, and anybody can get underneath of your skin. You know, anybody can get underneath of your skin with some words. So that just lets me know Shakur Stevenson, he just a sensitive individual. You sensitive. If anybody say anything about anything bad about your performance, you sensitive. You gonna say something about it instead of you trying to go in the gym and correcting this. Like, look, I'm gonna get the fans what they want. I'm gonna get the fans what they want so they can stop saying, "Oh, my fights are boring" and people going to sleep. You know, when I want to go to sleep, all I gotta do is turn on the Shakur Stevenson fight, and I go straight to goddamn sleep. Go straight to sleep. Go straight to sleep. Turn on the Shakur Stevenson fight, If you want to go to sleep, turn on the Shakur Stevenson fight. You'll go straight to sleep. You'll go straight to sleep, man. So he needs to stop with that. For real, he shouldn't even respond back at all. Just read the comments. Read the comments. This should give you motivation in the gym, so you can come out and have a better performance next time. Stop trying to come at the fans, man. Stop trying to come at the fans. Use this as motivation. Read the comments and go in the gym and use all this as motivation in the gym to do better next time, man. To do better next time. And for Boots Ennis, you ain't ready for no Crawford. I don't care how many times you say it, your team said, y'all ain't ready for no Crawford, man. You ain't ready for no Crawford. You ain't been in the ring with nothing real. You ain't been in the ring with nothing real, man. Nothing. You can't even look at your resume and be like, oh, I've been in the ring with five ex champions. None of that shit. Like you ain't got nothing to stand on, but oh, I got a common opponent of Terrence Crawford. That's the only thing you got on. That's the only thing you got to stand on is you fought a past opponent of Terrence Crawford, which ain't showing me shit. It's not showing me nothing. Get in the ring with Connor Bean. That's gonna tell me everything I need to know. That's gonna tell me everything. Young, just like you, hungry, thirsty, can't wait to put on a outstanding performance against another young, hungry lion. That's the fight I want to see next. Ben versus Boots. That should be the fight next. Leave Terrence Crawford the fuck alone, man. Terrence Crawford is on legacy status. Legacy. You ain't even got no legacy yet. You trying to build some shit. Leave Crawford alone. It's the same thing I've been saying about Errol Spence. He talking about he want to rematch Terrence Crawford at 154. Why? Why, bro? Why you want to run back up on this motherfucking ass whooping again? I don't understand it, man. I just don't understand it, bro. Like, I don't understand it. What you think by going to 54? It's gonna be the outcome gonna be different? I don't think so. I think you'll get your ass whooped even worse at 154. You got whooped at 147. You're gonna get whooped at 154. It's skills, man. Skills pay the goddamn bills, man. You ain't got the skills to fuck with no damn Terrence Crawford. The same thing with Boots Ennis. Skills. I ain't say the talent, I said skills. Boots ain't got the skills to fuck with a Terrence Crawford. Same thing with Earl Spence. You don't have the skills. So it don't matter what weight class you go to. 154, you're gonna get your ass whooped. 160, you'll get your ass whooped. 168, you'll get your ass whooped there. It don't matter. It's all about skills. That's why I keep trying to tell people skills pay the motherfucking bills. Weight classes don't mean shit. You just showed us that right there. Usyk just showed you weight class don't mean shit. It's all about skills. If you got the skills, do you got Hall of Fame boxing skills? If you got Hall of Fame boxing skills, you can go to any weight class and you can dominate your opponent. And that's what Terrence Crawford got, and that's what Usyk got. Because at the end of the day, they still sit up here with their O's. Ain't nobody beat them. Ain't no blueprint out there on how to beat Terrence Crawford. Ain't no blueprint out there on how to beat Usyk. Undisputed in multiple weight classes. You got to put some respect on that shit, man. They ain't putting no respect on Terrence Crawford, man. Undisputed in multiple weight classes, man. So that's what I'm saying. Boots can't fuck with no damn Crawford. This is pound for pound legacy shit over here, man. You ain't even been in the ring with nobody close to no damn Terrence Crawford. You ain't even fought uh uh ex world champion. You ain't even fought an ex world champion. You separate talking about you want Crawford. You want Crawford. You just clout chasing. That's all that is. Boots just clout chasing. You clout chasing. You need to be calling out motherfucking Conor Ben. That's what you should have said after that fight. Fuck motherfucking Terrence Crawford. You ain't gonna get the Terrence Crawford fight. You too late in the game. You ain't gonna get the Terrence Crawford fight. You ain't fought nothing to get the Terrence Crawford fight. So that's dead. You should have been called. You should have called out Conor Ben. That's what you should have said. You should have said, "I want to fight Conor Ben next." That's who I want to see next. Terrence Crawford on he on the throne, man. You know what I'm saying? He on the throne right now. You can't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? He on the throne. He got multiple belts in different weight class, undisputed in different weight classes, man. You can't fuck with that shit. You, that's all you want. You just want an ass whooping. You want an ass whooping, man. And you ain't ready. You ain't ready for no Crawford, bro. You ain't ready, man. You ain't ready. You can sit up here and think you ready and all that shit, man. You ain't ready, bro. You is not ready. You need to get back in that lab and you need to call out Conor Ben. That's what you need to be doing. You should go on Twitter and call out Conor Ben. You should tell Eddie Hearn, put me in the ring with Conor Ben next. You know, put me in the ring with Conor Ben next, because I don't want to see you in the ring with no more shit like David Avenesian. You got a whole bunch of David Avenesians on your record right now. You got a whole bunch of David Avenesians on your record right now, man. I need to see you in the ring with a motherfucking name. A name. Somebody real. Like I said, Conor Ben is real. Take the Conor Ben test. Take that shit. Take it. Y'all need that shit, man. Y'all need that shit. That'll show us something. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Let me see if you can stop this young, undefeated lion over here. Yeah, let me see. Let me see. Can you stop him? You know, your whole resume is full of David Avenesians. You got to step it up, man. You look at Terrence Crawford record, man. This shit over here, Hall of Fame status, man. You can't fuck with none of this shit over here, man. You can't fuck with that shit, man. You can't fuck with it. You clout chasing. That's all you doing is clout chasing. You can't see no damn Terrence Crawford. You clout chasing. You just trying to get your name out there. Cause like I said, the average person don't even know who the fuck Boots Ennis is. If I walk down the street right now and ask 50 motherfuckers like, hey, you know who Boots Ennis is? Ain't nobody gonna know who you is. Ain't nobody gonna know who you is and shit. So, you know, just like I said, Conor Ben is a start right there. You know what I'm saying? Conor Ben, you know, Stanley Onis, you know what I'm saying? It's hella work at 147. You know what I'm saying? You just ain't looking at the right work. It's hella work at 147. Ain't no such thing as, oh, don't nobody want to fight me and all that. No, ain't no such thing as that shit, bro. Ain't no such thing as that. You ain't calling up the right people. You ain't calling up the right people. It's people at 147 right now that'll give you that work that we don't even know about. They on the come up at 147 right now. We don't even know about them right now, but they on the come up. And I guarantee you, if you made a phone call to one of them young guys down there, they'll answer the phone call. Stop fighting these David Avenesians, man. We don't need to see no more David Avenesians. I need to see you in the ring with something real, a name, undefeated, not no more fighters, you know, 2, 3, 5 losses and all that shit, man. Nah, bro. Hell no. Nah. You need to see you in the ring with a young, undefeated lion, Conor Ben. That's the fight. Make it happen. Tell Eddie Hearn to make that shit happen. We want to see that. People want to see that. I want to see that. Make that fight happen. To the end, leave Terrence Crawford alone, man. Terrence Crawford is on the throne. He is on. He is number two pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? You looking up to Terrence Crawford, bro. I know you want his. I know you want his spot. You want his fame. You want his shine. You want his respect. But you ain't gonna get him because you ain't been in the ring with nothing yet. So Conor Ben is a start. That's a start. Stanionis is out there. He undefeated. He in your weight class. I don't hear nobody saying shit about him. You know. So ain't no such thing as won't nobody get in the ring with Boots. Yes, the fuck they will. You just ain't calling. You ain't calling the right people. You ain't calling the right people up. There's some motherfuckers that will get in that ring with him. Right. So he ain't ready for no Crawford. He ain't ready. He ain't ready. He's not ready. He's not ready. Same thing with Errol Spence. He ain't ready. He'll never be ready. I don't care if you change trainers. None, you can change trainers, all that shit. You still ain't got the skills at the end of the day. Skills pay the bills at the end of the day. Skills. You need them. If you ain't got them, you're going to end up like Earl Spence. You're going to end up like that, man. But, they can do what they want to do. But I'm just telling you, that's the fight that you should be calling out next is, Conor Ben. Why you won't fight Conor Ben, man? Why you won't even say his name? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all both on the same level. You and Conor Ben on the same level. Y'all both ain't been in the ring with nothing real. And this would be a good test for both of y'all. This would be a good test for both of y'all to see who gonna come out with they who won it. No more David Avanesians. No more. You got a full resume full of David Avanesians, man. You need to step it up. You got to step that shit up, man. I need to see you in there with something real. Somebody in the top 10 in your weight class. No more guys that got 4 and 5 motherfucking losses. Major League Baseball, WNBA today. Make sure you tap into my 2 team parlay in the All Star game, Major League Baseball. We winning over here. College football is in 40 days. College football locks on deck. NFL locks on deck week 1. We're like 50 days away from the NFL season. 40 days until college football kickoff. Major League Baseball, WNBA locked in for the day. We ready to go. First game is at 11:35. First pitch. We locked in. We ready. And we can't wait for this action to start up so we can get to this money.